All right. Now, I want to go into kind of an overview of the basic investment recovery 101, which normally you would probably be hearing this from a Ron Brooks or a Michael Rhodes. But I'm going to tell it to you from a totally prejudiced and opinionated secondary market perspective. The opinions are my own. If I step on any toes here, any competitors or different ways of selling the assets, too bad, I got the mic. All right, let's start with investment recovery posted auctions. Now we know those auctions they're quick, they're fast, easy, gets rid of everything. But you may have, if you're doing it yourselves, you might have a limited range of participants. And you might not be hitting the right people for these high-tech assets that are money makers. And therefore you're going to get limited returns. Oh, when you go to a third party, eBay, GovBid, there's several other people in the association that are here today. Again, they are quick, fast, and easy. And they have something you probably don't. They have a database of hundreds of thousands of names, maybe a million, I don't know. But the problem that we find on auctions, period, is that everybody is vying for our attention. And what happens is you look up what they might have, and we have certain types of product that we look at on a regular basis for our established customer basis. And many times, the search engines on these professionally run auction sites makes it very difficult to get down to the microscopic level that we need to get for information. Plus, by the time we get someone responding, our need for that product has probably changed. Now, there's reuse and redeployment. This should be very high up on what you are doing. You want to reuse and redeploy all assets. But what you do come up with sometimes is an intercompany hoarding. Now, employee sale, donation to charity. I did find the donation to charity kind of an interesting thing listening to the Eli Lilly presentation earlier. The good part about it is like they were showing, you get goodwill. You know, you get on the news. People like that. Shows you that you're really helping the community. Now, in technology product, it really works best with desktop IT. Because, quite frankly, with the equipment we're talking about, I don't think you have an employee who wants to go out there and start their own long-distance telephone company. Now, the cons are, if you're dealing with an employee sale, you've got sales tax. Something doesn't work, your fellow employees are going to be mad at you. And of course, when you're doing charity, you've got to decide what charity you're going to select, what's the depreciation schedule, you've got to get involved with accounting. All right. That brings us to direct sales. That's when everyone in this room is going to be selling directly to either an end user or to a secondary market distributor. Now, you will have, if you're doing direct sales, you'll have your best possible chance for the highest return. All right, because you're dealing upstream on the product. Now, but to make it really high, it means you're going to have to act and function like a distributor. That means you've got to give credit terms. You're going to have good and proper shipping practices. We have some companies that it's like, you know, you come pick it up, you pack it up. You don't treat your customers like that if you're going to be a distributor. You have to give them product warranty. And you must treat your customers like your purchasing department demands to be treated by companies like ours. Now, do you have to do that? No. No. But to get the highest return, it's advisable. Otherwise, first off, look, an AT&T is not going to pay cashier's check in advance for your equipment. I'm sorry. Never going to happen. They're net 45 days. So if you can't handle those type of things, you're going to have to end up selling it in another matter. Which brings us to contracting with an IT recycler. Again, quick and easy. But your return is mostly based on scrap. precious metals, but you need to really develop a relationship with companies that specialize in IT recycling. I know Dag has a talk he's going to be giving after mine, talking about wireless security issues, because you have a lot of security issues that you need to address when you're talking about a lot of this type of IT equipment. There's environmental issues that need to be addressed. So, what happens a lot of times when we talk to people, they'll say that they have someone who picks up all of their IT equipment and recycles it. Now, the problem with that is you are throwing out the good with the bad for expediency. All right. Now that brings us to selling through a broker or a distributor. And now there's a couple of types of resellers. You've got an all-purpose surplus asset broker. And they don't necessarily care what you have as long as they can flip it to somebody. And they'll give you more than scrap. And they'll probably take all of your surplus. But your return on investment is going to be measured on pennies on the dollar. And they're going to just look for secondary market distributors to flip it to anyway. So, that brings us to sales or consignment through a secondary market reseller. Now, the pros are the highest possible return with less risk and less you being involved in the whole process than handling it directly yourself. So this is a good thing. And if you're dealing on a consignment basis, rather than having someone go and pay for the product to put on their shelf, they will probably be able to take some time to market it. And who are they going to sell it to? They're going to send it to end users who are going to be paying near the top of the market, in the secondary market. They will also be selling to other resellers who might have a different end user. Now, what you need to do is look for a service-oriented distributor, someone that offers custom and creative solutions instead of a one-size-fits-all. Now, the cons of going this way is that your distributor may be a little picky about what it is that they want. Later on, I'm going to show you a slide of some equipment, and you're going to see this big equipment rack. And within the equipment rack are these shelves, and within these shelves are the cards that we have the most interest in. And you push them in, you pull them out. So we might actually say, well, we're interested in that Nortel DMS 100 switch that you have, but we want you to pull the cards out, properly pack them, ship them to us. As far as the frames are concerned, as far as the actual shelves are concerned, that's scrap. So, that might not work for you. That's why you need to work with people that can work with you, and that's why you want creativity.